Hey sneak peekers, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Kate.
Halloween is on Sunday, so we have an exciting night planned for you tonight full of everything spooky.
You'd better get ready, sneak peekers.
Did you see the news that Ryan Gosling is set to play Ken alongside Margot Robbie in a new Barbie movie?
I did see that, but I also saw that he had initially passed on the role.
That's right, but now, according to Deadline, he is officially going to be playing Ken.
Amanda, I'm not sure if I should be excited for or scared about this movie.
If I'm being honest, me too. However, with Greta Gerwig directing, I will definitely have to see it when it comes out and decide for myself.
That sounds like a good idea.
In other news, did you hear about the fatal accidental shooting on the set of Rust last Thursday?
I did. It was all over social media. Alec Baldwin was the one holding the gun, right?
Yeah, he was filming the movie with a prop firearm that was discharged and ended up killing the movie's cinematographer Helena Hutchins and injuring director Joel Souza.
According to CNN, several crew members quit production way before the incident occurred due to concerns over working conditions and safety issues.
The Santa Fe Sheriff's Office has said that the investigation remains open and active.
Helena Hutchins was 42 years old and a talented cinematographer.
Our thoughts are with her family and friends during this difficult time.
In other tragic news, the cast of Friends lost one of their own this past Sunday.
Michael Tyler, who played Gunter, the Central Perk coffee shop manager for 10 seasons, passed away at 59 years old.
He had revealed last June that he had stage 4 prostate cancer and had been battling the cancer since 2018.
A statement from his manager said that Tyler passed away peacefully at his home in Los Angeles on Sunday morning.
Our hearts go out to his family and friends as well.
I might have to sit down soon and rewatch Friends in honor of Michael Tyler. I always loved Gunter.
Who didn't love Gunther? He was the best.
That's all we have for you for the news desk today, sneak peekers. Now, to get into the spooky stuff.
Starting us off, we have Claire in the studio to tell us more about some of the films she watched at Fantastic Fest last month.
Let's hear it.
Hey sneak peekers! Emily and I were both lucky enough to attend Fantastic Fest a few weeks ago, and with Halloween just days away, I thought it would be the perfect time to share with you my thoughts about some of the horror and other films I watched at the festival. I kicked off my time at Fantastic Fest with the film called Bloody Oranges by French director Jean-Christophe Maurice. This dark comedy weaves together a handful of odd, unique storylines, including a retired couple that decide to enter a dance competition to save themselves from a financial crisis, and a minister who's being accused of tax fraud. While these plots may seem amusing at first glance, this film is definitely not for the faint of heart. Maurice takes the genre of dark comedy to a whole new level with gruesome themes and imagery that, at many times, I couldn't stomach. Ultimately, though, it does a great job of conveying the film's overall theme of everyone having dark, mysterious secrets. In an interview, Maurice explains that the symbolism of an orange shows that, quote, on the outside, we're super sweet, we look attractive. But inside us, there's this bloody juice waiting to explode. We're caught between the desire to be a social construct of being sweet and the savage drives that are feeding our hearts, end quote. Another film I had the pleasure of viewing at Fantastic Fest was a documentary called The Found Footage Phenomenon by directors Sarah Appleton and Philip Escott. Although found footage horror films aren't really my thing, it was actually really interesting to learn about the origins of the subgenre and what makes these kinds of films so popular from the people who make these films themselves. I'm not going to get into too much detail about the content of the documentary itself, but I will say that if you're a fan of movies like the Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity franchise, this is definitely worth the watch. A lot of films are discussed in the documentary, including those, and you'll more than likely be introduced to some that you've never even heard of, which means you might find something new you can watch on Halloween. So definitely give the found footage phenomenon a watch if you're a horror fan or a history buff. On the other hand, I'm so excited to share with you all my review on one of the most creative films I've seen in a while, Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes. While this film took more of a sci-fi route as opposed to horror, Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes was without a doubt my top pick at this year's Fantastic Fest. The film follows Kato, a cafe owner with a crush on the shopkeeper's daughter next door, who realizes one night when closing up shop that the computer monitor in his upstairs apartment begins to stream video from the monitor downstairs, except the video stream from downstairs is 2 minutes in the future. After chatting with his future self for a bit, Kato goes downstairs and lo and behold, sees video of himself upstairs and begins having the same conversation with himself that he had 2 minutes prior. The film then follows Kato and his friends using this vessel of seeing into the future to their advantage for a multitude of things, from asking the shopkeeper's daughter on a date and gauging her reaction, to buying scratch-off tickets and seeing which ones will yield the best outcome. However, things start to go awry when Kato and his friends bring the upstairs monitor downstairs, face them towards each other, and create a loop that allows them to see more than just 2 minutes ahead. While a bit trippy to watch and understand at first, the adventures that Kato and his friends go on as they explore the curiosity of the future while simultaneously trying not to destroy the current makeup of space and time kept me on the edge of my seat throughout the entire film. Director Junta Yamaguchi did a stellar job of mixing suspense, comedy, and fantasy. Not to mention that the entire film was shot on an iPhone, which wasn't revealed nor was it noticeable until the credits. Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes is currently not available to stream, but it's been picked up by Canadian distributor Indican for North American distribution, so hopefully it will be available to stream soon. I definitely want to watch this again, and I suggest that you all eventually give it a watch too. As always, everyone here at Sneak Peek can't wait for next year's Fantastic Fest, but in the meantime, please feel free to get into the spooky spirit by throwing on one of this year's Fantastic Fest selections. I promise you won't regret it.
A sequel to a classic Halloween movie recently came out.
That's right, Halloween Kills, a follow-up to the 1978 movie Halloween, was released just in time for Halloween.
So if you're looking for a good movie to watch on the 31st, we have Hunter here to tell us if this is a good candidate.
Hunter?
Hey Sneak Peekers, I'm Hunter Gasway, and today I'm going to be reviewing the biggest movie of this Halloween season, that obviously being Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills is the follow-up to 2018's Halloween, which itself was the follow-up to the '78 classic. David Gordon Green returns to the director's chair for this sequel and sets the events immediately following those of the 2018 film on the same Halloween night. What I really enjoyed about this film was the change in formula for the Halloween franchise. While the 2018 film was a delightful, almost remake of the original, this film takes it in a whole new direction. Following a grown-up Tommy Doyle, played truly brilliantly by Anthony Michael Hall, he sets off on a mission to rally the town and make sure that evil dies tonight. While Hall did not originate this role in '78, we are joined by Kyle Richards and Nancy Stevens, who originated the roles of Lindsay and Marion, respectively, in 1978, and it is a blast to see them return, even if briefly here. It wasn't all returnees, though, as new characters Big and Little John were great, and Marcus and Vanessa, who were little more than background actors in the 2018 film, get major roles here, and they are a ton of fun. The last two big standouts in the film are Dylan Arnold, who reprises his role of Cameron, a truly good dude and great boyfriend who gets some great heroic moments in this film, and Thomas Mann, who plays young Officer Hawkins. And well, I won't spoil it, but his first scene in the movie truly shocked me, and I really loved it. Another thing I really enjoyed in Halloween Kills were the more mature themes it brought to the table. I thought it had interesting things to say about mob mentality, and in particular the way that violence is shown in horror films, without taking away from getting to see some truly gnarly Michael Myers kills. As far as what I didn't love, I thought Judy Greer's character Karen was written to be so annoying and unreasonable given the circumstances that it just made her character so unlikable, and well, a true Karen. Another problem is the sidelining of this franchise's main hero, Laurie Strode, due to the events of the 2018 film. Strode reasonably found herself in a hospital bed for the majority of this movie. However, that takes your lead character out of the fight, which I'm not sure was the right move, especially with a powerhouse like Jamie Lee Curtis still killing this role. I'd be remiss not to mention Andy Matchik, who is fine here as Allison, but she just makes so many overly dumb decisions and choices that weren't in line with the character the previous film set up. As you can see, the main problem comes with the complete sidelining of the Strode women, who were the main anchor of the 2018 film. To wrap up, I think Halloween Kills is not without its flaws as I laid out, but overall it's an interesting and extremely fun time at the theater, with an awesome Anthony Michael Hall performance leading the film. And besides, who doesn't want to see Michael Myers kill some kids on Halloween night? Overall, I give Halloween Kills a 7.5 out of 10, and in comparison, I give the 2018 film an 8 out of 10, and the '78 classic a perfect 10 out of 10.
Thanks, Hunter. I am definitely going to see Halloween Kills. Well, in other scary reviews, we have Simi and Alexandra here to tell us their favorite scary episodes from beloved childhood shows. Take it away, guys.
What's up, sneak peekers? Happy Halloween! In honor of this extra spooky season, we thought we'd take a little cruise down memory lane and revisit some iconic Halloween specials from our childhoods. And yes, we're talking 2000s Nickelodeon and Disney. Here are our top 10 personal favorites. Our first one is Phineas and Ferb's Drusselsteinoween. Ever had too many people with the same Halloween costume? Vanessa, Dr. Doofenshmirtz's daughter, certainly had her share during Drusselsteinoween. While hosting a Halloween party at her dad's newly inherited castle, she patiently waits for her date Monty to arrive in a Scarlet Pimpernel costume. To her dismay, many Scarlet Pimpernels rush to her aid before Monty does, leaving both of them in an awkward situation.
Next up on our list is a Halloween episode from Wizards of Waverly Place. Now, when I was younger, I thought that Alex Russo of this TV show was so cool, and I wanted to be exactly like her. Even wearing her orange t-shirt that just said costume on the front during the Halloween episode in season 3 made her seem so chill. In that episode, the Waverly Place Merchants Association tells the Russos that their haunted house isn't scary enough, so Alex brings 3 real, but lame, ghosts to help. When that doesn't work, she gets the ghost that used to scare Justin as a kid. It didn't work out in their favor since the man in charge took their haunted house away anyway for being too scary.
The Ghost of Mr. Martin is next on our list from the Sweet Life on Deck. In this episode, through a little bit of sleuthing, Ghostbuster references, and paranormal activity, the Sweet Life gang rewrite a century-old murder mystery involving a New Orleans captain and his first love. Meanwhile, London and Bailey work to help Mr. Mosby overcome his childhood fears of playing the piano in public at a Halloween party.
Hannah Montana had a Halloween episode called Torn Between Two Hannahs, when Miley's identical cousin visits for Halloween and she reveals her evil side for herself when she holds Miley hostage and goes to a Halloween party dressed as Miley in order to expose her secret of being Hannah Montana. This is only in season 1, so clearly the secret did not end up being exposed.
One of my personal favorites is That's So Ravens Don't Have a Cow episode. Halloween parties are a lot of fun, but not so much when you're standing outside of the club. In this episode, Raven and Chelsea cast a wishing spell to be invited to popular girl Alana Rivera's Halloween party. But something gets lost in the process, and suddenly Raven and Chelsea find themselves as cows. They're left with no other option but to race against the clock to reverse this bovine curse.
Ant Farm had multiple Halloween episodes, but the first Mutant Farm episode introduced monsters in a program going to a school with normal teenagers. It had China as Medusa, Olive as a mad scientist, and Fletcher as a vampire. China encourages the normal students to go to the mutant-only Halloween dance. The biggest takeaway from this Halloween episode is that it gave us the iconic song Calling All the Monsters for the episode's finale.
SpongeBob SquarePants had a couple of Halloween episodes also, but arguably the best one was Graveyard Shift. To deal with his pesky neighbor during an impromptu night shift at the Krusty Krab, Squidward tells SpongeBob of a fake urban legend dubbed the hash-slinging slasher. But as the episode unfolds and the night grows darker, a frightening lie is brought to life right before their very eyes.
iCarly's Ice Cream on Halloween also made our top 10 list. In the first season of iCarly, Ice Cream on Halloween showcases Carly, Sam, and Freddie doing a special Halloween episode of iCarly in apartment 13B, where supposedly no one has lived in 15 years because it's haunted. As they are filming, the lights go out, glass is broken, and someone continuously yells, "Get out" at them. They even found a clown's head in the closet and blood on the kitchen counter. It turns out that the apartment belongs to a man and his mother, and the haunted happenings ended up being a series of unfortunate coincidences, like the blood actually being red hair dye, and the mother yelling, "Get out" at the spider in her room. This is why they really need to never listen to Bluebird.
Scary Godparents is the title of the Fairly Odd Parents Halloween episode. In an attempt to spice up an extremely dismaying Halloween, Timmy asks his Fairly Odd Parents to make everybody's costumes real and scary. But that wish quickly backfires when they get a visit from some not-so-happy intergalactic guests looking to destroy planet Earth.
Finally, our last childhood nostalgia episode is Zoe 101, The Curse of PTA. Will be an episode of Zoe 101 that I don't think I will ever forget, even if I try. While hiking to a shack where a former student supposedly dies, Logan steals a deceased boy's necklace and puts it in Zoe's bag. This angers the ghost of the boy, who creates an electrical storm, causes Zoe to fall and hurt her ankle, turns soup into worms, and causes chaos in the classroom. The gang returns the necklace, and everything ends up being okay, since it's a TV show. And their exam was canceled, so that's always a happy ending. I think it's time to go and rewatch all of these episodes while also eating our favorite Halloween candy. But of course, we can't forget about the Halloween movies like Halloween Town, Twitches, and Hocus Pocus. Clearly, we have a big to-do list before the 31st.
And now to our spookiest panel of the year. We have Mason, Ryan, and Nick here to give us a horror villains bracket. I am too excited for this one, so let's get into it.
Hey Sneak Peekers, I'm Regina George,
I'm Danny Zuko.
And I'm Logan.
and today we are going to be filling out Sneak Peek's horror villains bracket. So, to get things started off, I think it'd be great for us to decide who would win, Chucky versus Annabelle.
Chucky versus Annabelle.
So two would win in a fight, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
yeah.
Who would fight? Well, Annabelle can possess things, right?
Yeah.
She's
That's
a demon.
true.
I gotta be honest, I don't know anything about Annabelle. Chucky is cool though.
Chucky is
also a possession of like a serial killer.
That is
so
true.
already
That's
possession
true.
in there.
Yeah.
Plus, like, I don't know. There's just something about him that's really scary. He's
How
running around
would-
with a knife.
Yeah. How would Chucky
He's killing
kill
kids, though.
Annabelle? Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I feel like Chucky is a little bit more animated than Annabelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Annabelle does a lot of the like,
Annabelle, I think, has the upper hand here.
I think
yeah.
Annabelle does have the upper hand with the dark powers and everything.
Whoa.
yeah, she can move on her own. Chucky has a lot more
True.
like individual movements.
Yeah, all his killings, like
Yeah.
small scale comparatively.
Compared to
Yeah,
Annabelle.
So-
I would go Chucky. That's
You go Chucky.
sorry, Annabelle.
Annabelle?
I think I go
Yeah.
Annabelle too.
Okay.
Chucky
Annabelle.
might be cooler though, but it's okay.
Annabelle takes
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
What can I
Takes it in a
say?
fight.
So, moving on to our next match. The hook-handed man from I Know What You Did Last Summer versus Norman Bates from Psycho.
Honestly, I want to go with Hookhand because he's this. Like, what is Norman Bates gonna do?
He's
Dre-
gonna
dress up
stab
as
him in the
his
shower.
mother?
Yeah.
He's gonna dress
Even
up
the
as his
hook
mother.
hand guy has to take a shower every once in a while.
Yeah.
Do you think he wears the hook hand in the shower?
I don't
That's the
think he
question.
can take it off. Or no, he
Yeah.
probably can.
He probably can.
Yeah.
I feel like boom. Like,
Yeah.
like that's it. Like he takes off the hook hand in the shower.
And that's it.
That's it.
He's just some guy.
I mean,
Yeah, he's
I,
just some guy.
I will say Norman has on his side actual like psychotic behavior.
Yeah.
Hookhand is only fueled by vengeance.
Yeah.
That's
So
That's-
I don't know if that
Yeah.
influences our decision.
What did Norman Bates do to the hook hand guy? Nothing.
nothing.
That's true.
Meanwhile,
What's-
hook hand guy simply exists, so Norman's like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go for
He's
that.
not gonna fight him. He didn't do anything to him.
Yeah. I would say Norman Bates. Honestly, the hook hand seems much less like mobile than an actual knife. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I think I'm gonna change my vote to Norman Bates as well.
Whoa.
Okay.
All right. What do you
Norman,
think?
I vote Norman.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. Boom.
Cool. Then moving on to the much anticipated
Tough
battle.
one.
Ma versus Jack Torrance.
Easy, Ma.
Ma.
Easy, Ma.
100%.
Easy.
Listen, Jack
above
Torrance,
any
The Shining,
numbers.
cool, whatever. Ma, like,
Yeah.
spoilers for the incredible piece of cinema that is Ma. If you haven't seen it, which first of all, I don't know what you're doing. Jack sews a guy's mouth shut. Jack Torrance is just gonna like go through the door with an axe. He's doing like amateur level killing stuff. Ma, top of her game. She's had like 30 years of being like crazy and vengeful.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Torrance been crazy for like a couple months.
A couple months. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just been in the hotel with his family, isolated.
Which, like,
Ma,
All right.
Ma's mom was ridiculed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's been holding on to that for a very long time.
Yeah, it's been festering.
Yeah.
It's been festering.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
Stephen
Exactly.
King has nothing on Ma, in my
No,
opinion.
I wish he'd written Ma.
Now, if Stephen King had written
Stephen
Ma,
King's Ma.
what's the crossover?
Oh my God.
I do think it'd be Ma versus Jack Torrance.
Yeah.
Or 11/22/63, but it's Ma going back in time to stop the JFK assassination. I think
yeah.
that'd be fun.
Well, I think we're all in consensus on Ma.
Yeah, Ma, 100%.
Yeah. Then, closing out the first round of our bracket,
Mm-hmm.
we can touch on Michael Myers versus the infamous Ghostface.
Yes, from Scream. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have, Lincoln?
I think Michael Myers has the upper hand on this one because he's taken like a lot. He's taken gunshots.
Yeah.
And he still didn't go down. He was on fire and he didn't go down. Ghostface, if Michael Myers gets a hand on Ghostface, Ghostface is gonna stab him a bunch of times, but I think Michael Myers is still gonna choke him, like, and strangle him until he dies. I think he's
Yeah.
got the upper hand.
I do think this would be a pretty drawn out battle. I think
Yeah.
this could
Yeah.
I do think this could be a franchise.
Yeah.
Because if nothing else, Ghostface knows about a sequel
Yeah.
and how to survive.
That's true.
Whether it's not the same person as Ghostface, he gets reiterated quite a bit.
I would love to see this like Scream meta take on horror movies, but with like a horror crossover. That would
Yeah.
actually be really fun. I think you're right. I think Ghostface is like, it's like Scream is like a much more real world than like than Halloween. Halloween, he always comes back. Ghostface, you're right, is a different person every time. So if we're talking like one singular Ghostface, I think it's Michael Myers, like 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
He also, he's just like, he's cool. He is the icon.
Yeah,
Like
he is.
can't hold a candle to Michael Myers. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we can circle back around to Annabelle versus Norman Bates. Now, I feel like this is interesting
Yeah.
size-wise, motivation-wise.
I think the question is, does Annabelle ever take a shower? Like, can he sneak up on her?
I don't think he can sneak up on her. Not on Annabelle.
Yeah.
You think so?
No, I think
Oh,
you're right.
oh.
It just.
Do you think Norman could push Annabelle down the stairs?
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
true. She's a doll. He
She
can
is-
just like
Yeah.
punt her. Like,
Yeah.
But she'll
she's
get
gone.
right back up, right? She'll just
Yeah,
disappear.
and he could just do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a movie I'd like to see.
Just an hour and a half
Yeah, just
of Norman
straight-
Bates
yeah.
punting Annabelle.
I don't know. I'm not super familiar with Annabelle, so I would refer to y'all on that one.
I don't know. With the powers that she has, I'd still say Annabelle over
Yeah.
over Norman.
Norman Bates is just a guy.
He's just
Yeah.
a human.
To be
yeah.
like he's cool, but he is just a guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very fair. I guess I'll swing towards Annabelle.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
go for it.
Yeah, we'll swing Annabelle's
Yeah.
way. All right.
So we have our first finalist
Oh.
with Annabelle.
So
I didn't think she'd make it this far.
I didn't think so either, to be honest.
Yeah, big news. But
yeah, big shocker.
to select our second finalist, I don't know if it's going to be much of a contest,
Oh,
but
God.
Michael Myers versus Ma.
I think this is the real final.
This
This
would be the
this
real
is like
final.
this is the end.
Ma versus Michael Myers.
Two invincible horror legends that have equally relevant cultural power.
Yes. Yeah. Here's the thing. Can Michael Myers get his mouth taped shut?
Now,
Or sewn shut, sorry.
yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
already shut.
I
The
know.
mouth is already shut.
So what more can Ma do? That being said, Ma has a much more like variety of ways to kill.
No, yeah.
She does.
She's creative.
Creative
She's
kills,
creative. I respect
definitely.
the creativity she's got.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I honestly, if for no other reason, would love to see Ma take Michael Myers down because it would give us that Ma sequel.
Yeah, Ma triumph.
Yeah, and I think that would be worth sacrificing Michael.
I
I'm
think so,
always for a
too.
Ma victory.
Yeah. No, I think Ma would find a way to take Michael Myers down. If
Yeah.
anybody can, it's her.
Yeah.
I think like she also like she's experienced with the kind of people that Michael Myers is killing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we think about like Halloween versus the iconic Ma, like they're both taking on some like high school like you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
oh like
Flirty co-eds, yeah.
Yeah.
I think her way of killing all of them is much more creative.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm saying Ma.
I'm gonna say
Ma?
Ma as well.
Say
Okay. Ma versus Annabelle.
I'm just gonna say it. Ma would break. Annabelle. She's a doll, right?
Yeah.
She's porcelain.
She's forced.
Ma
She
would
is.
smash her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Personally, it's Ma all the way.
Man, and I've been Annabelle all this way because of her powers, but
She's got nothing on Ma.
she's got nothing on Ma.
Yeah. Ma next level. Ma for the win.
Yeah.
Listen, Ma's
is
incredible.
ultimate, yeah.
Yeah, Ma is ultimate. Incredible performance by Octavia Spencer too.
Uh-huh.
Annabelle's just a doll.
Yeah. Okay, then I think Sneak Peekers, we have decided for the 2021 Sneak Peek Horror Villains Bracket, Ma has taken over.
Ma.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's it. I think
Yeah.
all horror movies should be Ma.
Yeah.
I would love to see a Ma sequel. I don't know why they haven't done that.
Yeah. Why do we even have the bracket? We all knew Ma was.
Yeah. Honestly, as soon as I saw Ma on there, I was like, all right.
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
She's going all the way.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Sneak Peekers. And now we're going to go back to the hosts.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, thank you. And sneak peekers, I hope you all have a safe and scary Halloween.
And tweet at us your Halloween costumes this weekend at Sneak Peek TV.
That's all for tonight, folks, but be sure to join us next week to get the latest in pop culture.
I'm Amanda Diaz.
And I'm Kate Bramlett. See you next week, Sneak Peekers.
Hey Sneak Peekers, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Kate.
Halloween is on Sunday, so we have an exciting night planned for you tonight full of everything spooky.
You'd better get ready, Sneak Peekers.